words of inspiration and love. Oh, how we live and what we say, it's stamping up and it's our way.
Hi everyone, it's Pauline from Stamp with Pauline, and today I'm going to show you a card. It's got two parts to this card. This is a fun fold that we learnt in our team card making day that we have. So as a demonstrator and part of our team, you get to come along when we do cards, and this is the card that we made. So I'm going to show you how to do this fun fold card, and then I'm also going to show you this technique. And I have used the technique to then on fluid watercolor paper. Then I have used the Golden Greenery dies, which are online for the online Christmas special. This is Golden Greenery dies. So I then cut out the fluid watercolor paper after it had dried to do that. This is actually just a little circle left over from one of the kits. I do believe it might be Garden Thanks or something like that, but it is an online kit and it's a leftover circle I had, so I'm going to be using that. I've got the Beside Me stamp set. I'm going to be using the Celebrating You today, so let's pop that out. It is probably my best stamp or my most used stamp. I've got a Garden Green ink pad and I'm just going to stamp that into my circle, and I've got some of the white twine to go with this as well. With this is snip out this tiny shape heart in the middle, and it is going to be covered up so it's not going to matter, and I'm going to just trim the edges around it like that, just to neaten it up, and trim that like that. All right, that is for the inside of my card. I just wanted something just to tie that in. So I'm going to grab my die that I've already cut out, and I'm going to just be brushing over here, dabs of adhesive all over that, and then it's going to get glued down onto here. So just pop those down. Just needs a little time just to get a bit tacky on there. Not too much glue so that it doesn't smush out the side, but if you have a baby wipe handy, it's always good just to have one of those. I'm going to grab my dimensionals and I'm just going to be using a snippet from the back. Just use up those scraps that you've got. And just grab another one. So don't waste any of your dimensionals. Get those on there and peel that off, and then I'm going to wrap my twine just around like so and just spread that out a little bit. What I'm going to do now is grab hold of some mini glue dots, and I'm going to pop down a couple of mini glue dots sort of right where I cut that heart shape out before. So popping down a bunch of mini glue dots around here just to secure my ribbon. All right, and just that one there does not. All right, so just spread out my twine over those mini glue dots, give that a secure on there, and if we need to, we're just going to add another mini glue dot just there, just to secure my little tail. There we goes. And then take my dimensionals. I'm just going to relocate my dimensionals just so. What I might do is actually pop those down on here. They tend to secure a bit better when they're not going over and trying to compete with, so I will actually just take that off. Let's grab another one. When they're trying not to compete with ribbon, they do make it a, it does make it a little bit easier because they're secured more to the cardstock. So pop that over there, get that rid of that. All right, grab hold of our words and pop that onto there, and then you've got a little bit of wiggle room here just to drag out that little bit of twine. Of course, you can make your circle obviously bigger, but if you just manipulate and drag that little bit of twine out, you'll get those loops. Okay, and that is that part. And then as we open up the card, what happens is it folds out, and what I'm going to do is secure my little tiny heart that I've got here. Just add a little dab of glue. Just sort of wanted that just to sit, that little petal inside my card like so, and I've got somewhere for my writing to go as well, and that is as easy as it gets. So now here is the two techniques. First will be how to make the background of using the fluid watercolor, so you've got time to let it dry before you cut it out, and then the second part of the video is going to be this fun fold. All right, so I hope you like that, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye. This is using a piece of base cardstock and a piece of basic white cardstock as well. So you're going to need an A4 sheet of cardstock, cut that in half, that gives you two bases. I've done Moody Mauve, but my sample that I'm going to show you is in Poppy Parade. And here we've got the insert mechanism of the fun fold part. What you're going to need to do is grab hold of your base card, and we're going to cut out a shape. It can be any shape you like. It can be done with a punch. I've also gone ahead and done one here with an arch from the Meadow Garden dies. Need a piece of basic white cardstock. This measures 14 centimeters by 19.5 centimeters. And what you're going to do is score that at 5, 10 and 15, and that leaves a 4.5 centimeter part at the end, but that's okay. What you're going to do once you've scored it is fold it directly in half. This piece will go, turn it around so that I've got my 4.5 on this side here. So 4.5, you're going to create that as a mountain fold, and then you've got a valley fold. Okay, so I have my pieces like that. Let me just go and cut this so that I've got my shape nice and even around all those sides. Okay, so now you have all your bits. Want to make sure you've got your base card. You want to keep the insert piece that you've cut out, and then I have my folds. So I've got my 4.5, 5, 5, 5. What I'm going to do now is glue down this edge, leaving a nice even border around all three sides. Push that down so that it lays on top of it. Close your card, grab a pencil and just lightly go around this section from the middle score line here that you have around here. So when you open it up, you're only going to be gluing this part here. So to the score line, don't go right on it because it may smush out. So just leave a little bit there. Close that, that is done. All right, now what you're going to do is glue on the opposite side here. So I'm going to be taking this part here, just popping my glue, take my die cut, just have a few little bits that decided to stay in there, so I'm just going to pop those out for a quick sec. Alright, and then insert my die back into the space, hold that for a sec, and then what you're going to be left with is a card that you then can open up, and it sort of comes back into the center of your card like so. That is our card for today. Okay, see you next time. Bye.
What we do makes a difference in me and you. All these years of inspiration.